Hey there, Fight here with a quick review of FunnelStakk. As you know, I'm a big friend of modeling what other people are doing. And here we've got the chance to model what Mark Thompson is doing, namely look at what he's doing in his business, how he's running the various funnels to build something that is making nice 8 figures per year. So this is my second recording, and the first one I fell for the old Camtasia not recording my external microphone trick, so I'll give you the summary up front. All right, my recommendation was is if you want to model what Mark is doing, and it's an 8-figure funnel, go get this thing. Don't get this to get a complete funnel training. This is not a complete. This is how to develop the various things. But if you just want to see what he's doing and you want to get the complete behind the scenes insights, then go get this thing. So here's now my expanded review of this. So FunnelStakk, the idea is that you're getting basically 4 different things. You get different business models he's using. You're getting various sequences within that, and a sequence is kind of a sequence of like 3 days beforehand you send this email, 2 days beforehand you send this email, or for example, if someone, if we're talking about a webinar, it's like when someone signs up and they show up, then do this. If they sign up and don't show up, then do that. If they show up and leave after half an hour, then do that kind of thing. So the sequences are basically how this stuff branches out depending on the actions people take. And triggers then are the various elements, and I'll show you a couple of examples in a second, within those sequences. So a trigger might be a webinar, or a core offer, or a tripwire offer, or a free report. All of these things. These are things people can request, for example, or buy. And basically in triggers, Mark explains in more detail what is important when you create these things. So when you create a core offer and its sales letter, what are the core elements that need to be in there so it makes sense within this sequence, and then of course within that business model. Now the business models are, I'll show you in a second. Actually, let's do that right now. Oh, I have to say, what you're seeing here is a review copy. It's an early review copy, so I'm not sure if you're getting exactly this or a couple more things, because I've also seen a draft version of the sales letter, and I think there's more in the actual product when you get it. So just to clarify that this is a review copy here. So the business models dissected here are software as a service, and as you can see, it's basically these little things here, these boxes, and those are the sequences. So if someone sign up to a webinar, I'm just pretending this is a webinar, then first do this, at +2 days do this thing at the top, then at +1 day do this, at 0 days do this, and I'm just making up the numbers, but you get the idea. So this is then a sequence. And if you want to know more about, let's say this is a webinar, then you go to trigger, which tells you what are the important things to look out for when you're doing a webinar. And then, if someone, I think that as this here is for service as a software as a service, which is his core competency, then, if someone requests a free trial, then go through this branch. If they don't request a free trial but sign up straight away but then cancel, go through this branch, etc., etc. Now, in this review copy, not sure about the final version, this funnel here, or part of this funnel, is presented as a PDF, whereas down here, for example, product launch model, the local marketing offline model, and the e-commerce and physical model, they're not. So I'm hoping that when you get the full version, they're in there as well. And they're quite nice, here, all these little boxes. So if we then go over to sequences, I'll just show you a couple of examples. Very slow. You've got things around a lead magnet. What needs, where is it going to? How's it being used? What is the sequence of sending out stuff? Tripwire offer, core offer, webinar, onboarding, cancellation. So what if you have SaaS, software as a service? What happens when people cancel, when their credit card expires? All this kind of stuff. Retention, how to make sure. Oh yeah, this is the one with credit card failing. JV invite, JV update, physical products, and so on. For this lot, you get, again, funnel mind maps, except they look a little bit different from the previous one. Do you remember the previous one has all those fancy boxes? This is because it's sequences. It's more like of the if-then nature. So I'll show you one example, which is here. JV invite. I've taken the simplest of them all. You send out this kind of content, and then if they sign up to your email list, then, or the JV list, then do this. If they don't sign up, then something down here which I can't move up now. Come on, move up. Well, there you go. If they don't do, then do this. So there you go. That's the format of the sequences. And then in the triggers, you've got basically for the individual things, you have individual short videos. They're 5 to 10 minutes. What to look out for when you're doing call scheduling, what to do when you're creating a core product, what to do or look out for when you're doing coupons and free shipping. And it's all based on the stuff Mark is doing. I don't know if you knew this. He's been very, very busy for a long time in the local marketing niche. So that's where all this stuff is coming from and his expertise. So like I said at the beginning, the core focus of this and the core recommendation is really if you want to have a look behind the scenes and model something that is proven to work in the real world to the tune of 8 figures a year, then this is a good recommendation. Alrighty. The final one then is implementation and automation, and this then comes to the and my recommendation, whom it's for and whom it's not for. As you can see here, all the automation training is based around ActiveCampaign, which of course I welcome because I love ActiveCampaign. I use it and I recommend it to everyone. But it is for ActiveCampaign, and that kind of brings us to the core thing: who's it for and who's it not for? In a way, this kind of product would be absolutely awesome for anyone who's a complete beginner and who's staring at the blank screen and going, crap, where do I start? How do I get started? Because these are proven funnels. These are absolutely, proven and tested and optimized over many years. So as a result, these are would be absolutely stellar starting points. The problem is the information is kind of not step-by-step enough, in my opinion. Right? You may think differently, and by all means just try it out, and if you don't like it, then get a refund. But I have a feeling that someone who's a complete beginner would be overwhelmed, especially if they then, for example, to give you an example, right? The automation here, this automation video for ActiveCampaign basically talks in fairly general terms, right? So I think a complete beginner, what they would need is to have the individual sequences then mapped into an individual video which shows you how to set this thing up in ActiveCampaign. That's my feeling, right? So overall, my recommendation is, and this then goes, if you're really advanced, you don't need this anymore, right? So I'm thinking somehow this product itself is in between two camps. In its core value, it is valuable to everyone. But in terms of the delivery, it's a little bit hard to actually say, to implement step by step if you're a complete beginner, and an advanced user doesn't really need this kind of stuff. So hence my recommendation right from the beginning of this video. I would take this to just spy on Mark's stuff, right? There are enough different niches, and the key thing to understand is his funnels are optimized with tons and tons of traffic, both paid traffic and JV traffic over many years. He's been dealing with JVs on a large scale for many, many years. He's done the offline stuff for many, many years. He's got high-end coaching programs for many, many years. So this stuff is mature. It's been evolved over a long, long time. This actually works. So for whatever it is, I think it's $27 or so, which is nothing to get that kind of intel presented to you. Just don't expect this to be a step-by-step course which then shows you how to implement it. I think if you go in with the mindset, I just want to spy on him for a measly $27, I think then you're going to get a lot out of it. Alrighty, cheers, bye.